All rise for the jury. Please be seated.
You may proceed at this time. Mr. Thomas, you can adjust yourself, please. So that you can see the video's going to be I don't mean that.
You know, that's a lawyer's worst nightmare, you know that.
Oh, okay. Very good. Is this the right trial? Go ahead.
Judge, I think I'm on Mars.
Go ahead.
All right. We brought up to the screen the contents of People's Post Exhibit number 1. I'd ask the clerk's indulgence and turn on the lights.
Very good. You want to do this? Oh, you can't do both of them, Mr. Donald.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, good. Okay, can we see it?
What is it that we're looking at?
We're looking at, this is a document, a list that shows what we're looking at. It says resisting and obstructing, VPHS, that's violation of the narcotics. That's basically narcotics. And DWLS is driving while license suspended. That's the case number for Inkster Police Department, and that's the subject's name for the involvement. Here you'll see these are videos. system videos here for Inkster Police Department. You'll see where you have one for Officer Melendez. This is the date and time that it's captured. Here you have one for Officer Randazzo with the date and time. Here you have one for Sergeant Kreitzer with the date and time. Another with Officer Melendez with the date and time. And another one for Officer Melendez with the date and time.
Why are there 3 for Officer Melendez?
Well, this captures the driving.
Can we say the first one, Your Honor?
Yes, please.
The one on top.
The one on top, yes. The first one captures the beginning, the driving and such. This is the actual incident.
All right, that's the second one from the bottom.
And the last one from the bottom is, I can't see here. I can't see to determine.
But does the time marry up between those 3? This file was just too big to put in one.
Yes.
Okay. And this will be admitted as an exhibit, and the jury will be in a position to perhaps view in the jury room if they so desire. How would you work this? How would you look at those videos?
You just take your cursor and you click the video that you're interested in playing.
And can you walk through that screen with them, please?
Yes, ma'am, I can. This screen here is the beginning where the vehicle's parked, the patrol vehicle of Officer Melendez is parked. This screen here, it tells you what's being captured. Audio. It also tells you here lights and sirens, brakes, and things of that nature. Down here, it tells you who's the officer, who's operating the vehicle. Down here, this is the buttons the mechanisms to play the video. Here, you can fast forward, back it up. And this here indicates, each tick indicates, I believe, a minute. And so you can, if you want to fast forward it, the best avenue to a certain particular area would be to move this, because if you try to fast forward or reverse it, it's going to go all the way to the back or all the way to the beginning. So this is the best method to navigate through the video.
And is there a way to put that in full screen if you want to?
Yes.
How do you do that?
You just simply double click right here in the middle of the video.
Okay.
And then to minimize it back down, you double click again.
Now, double click it, please. Now, is this Officer Melendez's vehicle?
Yes, this is a capture from the camera inside of Officer Melendez's vehicle.
And I see 2 signs in there. What are those 2 signs?
This behind here is a dog grooming business that's situated right next door to the Inkster Police Department on Michigan Avenue. This sign here is the sign, the Chief of Police parking space.
Was Mr. Melendez the Chief of Police?
No.
Could you play the video, please?
Is this some way you can make it lighter? Okay, there you go, okay. Okay, go ahead.
Just for the sake of the record, Judge, where are we in the video?
And Your Honor, for the record, we started the video at 21:56 and 30 seconds.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Is it audio?
There is no audio to this, Judge. Stop it, please. We see some tail lights in front of the vehicle. Whose car is the tail light belong to?
Floyd.
Just for the record, Judge, we stopped it at a particular point.
At 21:57 and 10 seconds.
Thank you.
Floyd Dent.
Go ahead. Full screen again. Time.
The time is 21:58 and 47 seconds.
There was an officer visible in that particular frame. Who is that?
Officer Melendez. I'm sorry, Officer Melendez.
Stop. Where he stopped.
21:58 and 49 seconds.
The second officer standing between the camera and Officer Melendez, or a second individual. Who is that?
This is Auxiliary Officer John Zelenowski.
Go ahead. Stop. Who is that officer that just appeared in the frame?
The time is 21:59 and 38 seconds.
That's Sergeant Kreitzer
And where does he work?
with the Inkster Police Department.
Go ahead. Who is that just ran by?
Auxiliary Officer Paul Loudon.
And who just appeared in the frame?
This is, just a second. Oh. I'm sorry, his name escapes me. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Rattler?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Officer Rattler, yes.
Stop it, please.
The time is 22:00 and 51 seconds.
There appears to be an officer going into the car. Who is that officer?
Right here, this is Officer Melendez.
Go ahead. Stop it, please.
We're stopped at 22:02 and 21 seconds.
Can you back it up just a little bit? Was I mistaken, or did there appear to be a person going into the right-hand side of that car?
Yes, there was someone that opened the door on the passenger side.
Do you know who that was?
I might have to see. I think it was Loudon. I can't definitively see who that is at this view, this point. Can you make the screen large? Yeah. The head poked in and poked out. I don't know who it was. I can't.
We're going to stop at 22:04 and 14 seconds.
Do you know who the officer is at the right-hand side of the car by the open door?
By the time you say that, the thing is shrunk, so I can't see.
Go ahead and fire. See an officer there at the right-hand side of the car?
Yes, at the rear here, that's one of the troopers.
I just want to say something to the media. Be careful when you zoom in and out, because you've got a couple of other heads, the back of the heads of his jurors. We got to be careful not to pick it up. Okay. William, can you answer why are the Michigan State Police out there with Inkster?
Michigan State Police is in Inkster. It's what they call Secured Cities Patrol, where we've been requested to provide assistance in patrols as well as investigation of their homicides, because they don't have enough manpower.
And I just spoke with counsel. We're going to keep the video playing. There is another video that we'll talk about now. It's going to be admitted by stipulation as People's Exhibit number 5. It is the video as processed by the Michigan State Police lab. It is much easier to manipulate, or that's the wrong word, I guess, to
Don't
use the
say
controls.
manipulate.
Yeah, to use the controls on.
Okay.
But it isn't. It is not in real time.
Which means to the judges of the facts?
Yes. That
What's
means
real
that
time?
it's slowed down.
Okay.
Judge, just so that we're clear, they're the same video of the entire car sequence from the time that the surveillance began up till now, only a portion of which we've been looking at now. Is that correct?
I believe that the MSP process video begins at or about the time of the stop.
Okay. But we're going to play this to the end?
Yes.
Okay. Then we're going to play the other video?
One short one. Yes.
Okay.
don't you just stop this one and give it the time? I thought it was almost done. Yeah, it is almost done. What time is it? Go ahead and stop it.
We're stopping at 22:11 and 41 seconds.
All right. No, I want to stop for a second. Is there one camera or more than one camera in this vehicle?
It's more than one camera.
Is there a way to toggle between the two cameras?
Yes, and let me correct that. I'm not sure, yes it is, I'm sorry, it is. It's two cameras, one for the outside, and you can toggle between to shoot the inside.
Now, if you wanted to look at the inside, how would you do that?
You just go to, I'm sorry, this area here that says switch to camera 2, and you click on that, and you have the inside of the vehicle.
And who's that in the back of the vehicle?
That's Mr. Dent.
So you can see how Mr. Dent's behaving in the back of the vehicle?
Yes.
If they want to.
Yes.
Could you close up this one? And could you go to Officer Kreitzer's, who was the second officer?
And just
and
click
the second car at the same place?
the second car?
Yeah.
Randazzo?
No,
Kreitzer? Okay, Sergeant Kreitzer?
Which is number 3 on there.
And click, okay.
Now, this is Kreitzer's vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, so each car has a different dad on one of these cameras,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is the outside camera, is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Donaldson, could you take us to the point in time when he's arriving at the scene?
This is at 21:46 and 19 seconds.
No, ma'am, this is Sergeant Kreitzer here getting out of this car.
From Inkster?
From Inkster, yes.
Who is that in the white shirt?
That's Mr. Dent.
Where'd it go? Gabby, we're signing in to slow down.
Madam, can you tell what the white shirt, that white, is that the shirt, is that his shirt, or what is that, madam?
That's the shirt. That's what he's wearing.
Record should reflect that there is some audio on this. Is that an audio from an officer?
Yes.
But the other one didn't have audio, right?
Yes. The interior of Sergeant Kreitzer's vehicle has audio.
I just stopped. What point in time?
21:47, 43.
Go ahead and play it again.
Five, are you scared? 4 Bufford, we're secure, slow, where'd it go? Gabby, secure, we're signing in, slow down. Gabby.
Stop the video. Time.
We are stopping at 21:49 in 1 second.
So the jury's aware the entirety of the video will be available for their review.
Very good, thank you.
You guys were dispatch on this one. Council by stipulation admitting People's Exhibit number 3, which is radio communications on the date in question from the Inkster Police Department.
Okay, but it's the injection court receipt.
Radio 55.
Whose voice are we hearing?
What's it,
I gotta hear it.
South River approaching Inkster, following a
Auxiliary Officer John Zeleniski.
tan Cadillac. Got in front of the old police station. No, we're still going.
Copy, 45.
4-5 copies. We're first listening on, yeah. He's slowly pulling over.
Copy, slowly pulling over.
Hey, advisor, fighting with one.
Copy, fighting with one.
Step it up, radio. 7-4 down.
Copy. Need 2 south. Copy.
MSP's responding.
Copy. Copy, MSP.
Radio, slow it down.
Copy, responding units can slow it down. 5-5, are you secure?
4-5, radio, we're secure, slow it down.
Copy, secure, responding units, slow down.
4 clear, cancel.
Copy.
4-5, radio. Can you go to 2-1, please? 4-5, radio, for plate.
Go ahead.
Charles John 9066, CJJ 9066. That's going to be our 5-5 plate on the traffic stop.
Copy. 4-5.
Go ahead, radio.
Be advised, that plate's coming back no record. It does have a hold on it for ineligible for a metal plate.
Copy, it's a paper plate in the window. We're still trying to find the registration.
Copy.
4-5, radio. Can you roll up our location, please?
Copy. 7-4.
7-4.
Just be advised, we have a run holding at 323 Amherst, 323 Amherst. We have rescue standing by for an assault that happened earlier today. Per the callers, the suspect is no longer on scene.
What was the incident from earlier today?
The caller said that her son was attacked by another person earlier in the day and that the suspect is not on location. Go ahead.
Yeah, case number for DPHC and Arnold.
Copy.
What do you got, 5-5?
Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, the case number?
1054-1054.
Now that transmission that we just heard, there seemed to be a number of voices on that. Can you describe what it was that, who you heard and what was happening?
I can't identify the officers by voice. Those who were calling out paper plates and things like that, I can't identify those.
Did you recognize any voice?
I thought I recognized John Zeleniski's voice on the radio. Can I be certain? No.
Okay. And what are the other 2 files that are on this particular desk?
One is the Michigan State Police troopers dispatch traffic.
Was there anything substantive in that traffic?
Nothing at all, because with Secure Cities, they work off of the same station as Inkster.
So we could have been hearing some of them on what we just listened to?
Yes.
Right. And the third one, what is that?
I'm not sure.
Go ahead and play it. Third one.
Yes, ma'am, from 55 stop, Harrison has the vehicle.
Copy.
You're okay with the photos? Could you bring up it'll be admitted by stipulation, it will be photos of Floyd Dent, People's Exhibit number 2. And while he's pulling that up, there's a lot of timestamps in these exhibits, some of them...
Wait, what's the time stamp?
What is a timestamp?
The timestamp is at the time the photo was taken.
Right. And the time a video was taken as well, correct?
Exactly, if it's correct. Sometimes it's not in sync, sometimes it could be off.
What does that mean?
Meaning sometimes it wouldn't be exact as, like most of the cell phones, most devices like cellular devices have a more accurate time than somebody setting their watch.
Like today, is it really 1:45 or thereabouts?
No.
That, you exclude any clocks and lanes and the sort.
Different clocks have different times.
Exactly.
So they don't all marry up in terms of time. Would you agree with that?
Exactly.
Okay. Could you please exhibit to the jury the photographs of Floyd Dent? They are on a desk and available for the jury. They've been admitted. Could you scroll through those, please? That photograph, when was it taken?
The dates are right here. This is the arrest date. This is the
And what was the arrest date?
1/28/15.
And what's the date of the photograph?
1/30/15.
All right. So that obviously wasn't taken the day of the incident?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead. And does that show what date that was taken?
Yes. This is the date of the incident, 1/28/15.
Next photograph. And what is that a photograph of?
Of Floyd Dent at the Garden City Hospital.
Next photograph.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on for a minute. Did we admit this?
Yes,
We
he
did.
admitted.
We did by stipulation.
Right.
Okay. I should have said it louder, I'm sorry. The court is going to receive it.
Okay, thank you. That is an upper head shot of Mr. Dent and the injuries.
Yes.
Next photograph. Another shot taken from the right side of Mr. Dent.
Correct.
Photograph.
Correct.
A facial view, face on, a view of Mr. Dent at the hospital.
Yes.
Next photograph. And what is that a photograph of?
It looks like his left elbow.
Next photograph. What is that a photograph of?
This is of his stomach. If you saw in the video, he received drive stuns with a taser to the abdomen, and these are the bruises.
Is that it, or is there one more? Next photograph.
And that's a closer, shot of the bruises from the dry stun.
When you say dry stun, is that a stun from a piece of police equipment?
Yes, it's from a taser.
And how does a taser work? What is it?
A taser has two metal prongs in it, and when it's designed to cause like a mobile stunt, like a muscular stun your muscles so that you sort of freeze up. And when it's shot directly from a distance,
Objection, Your Honor. I don't have a foundation for this woman's testimony on the effectability of the taser.
Okay, just tell us what it is when you say dry stun.
it's when the taser is put directly to the body and the trigger's pulled.
Okay.
And
Just let me ask this question. When the trigger is pulled, what comes out of it?
Electric transmission.
Okay, go ahead.
you've been trained in tasers?
No,
Ever been tased?
no,
Don't want to BJ?
no.
Objection.
Sorry. Right.
can we approach the second, Judge?
Of course. Okay, go ahead.
We're marking and admitting with the restriction that's now present, the booking room videos from the Inkster Police Department. I'd like you to play them until the point in time that Mr. Dent is not visible.
Can we identify by number what this is?
Please.
I'm sorry, I thought I had. It would be People's Exhibit 4.
Very good. Any objection?
Subject to what I've already said, Judge.
Okay, very good. Do you have any objection, Sergeant? Subject to what you said.
I object. I've already done
To
that.
the whole thing?
Yes, I don't, it's after the fact.
Overall.
My audio-visual expert's having an issue. What area is this depicting?
This is basically the booking room here.
And is Mr. Dent visible?
Now he is right there.
Where now?
He's sitting on this bench right here. They just brought him in right there, and he's sitting on this bench.
There's no audio?
No, ma'am.
Exiting the screen. What time is it? Okay. Stop it, please. Now what video are we observing?
This is actually him into like a cell.
Okay, go ahead.
Commander, we pause at 1 minute 59 seconds.
Can you tell who's in the cell with Mr. Dent?
Not right now.
What did they just do?
Remove his jacket, his outer shirt.
Stop it, please.
For the record, we stopped at 6 minutes, 46 seconds.
And there's an officer in the upper right-hand corner of that video. Do you know who that is?
Auxiliary Officer Zelenowski.
And he appears to have an object in his right hand. Do you know what it is?
Paper towel.
And is that a sink that he's at?
Yes.
Is this the first time you've observed any officer from Inkster do anything to deal with the bleeding of Mr. Dent?
Objection. Because she has no knowledge of anything other than what's on this tape.
Okay, rephrase.
The tape speaks for itself.
I know, okay.
Go ahead. Stop, please.
We stopped at 8 minutes and 12 seconds.
What's the object of the officer in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen has in his hand?
Looks like an identification card.
Is that the same object he held, Mr. Dent held up to his chest earlier in the video?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about this. You're talking about this? This is a piece of paper.
Go ahead. Stop it, please.
You're stopped at 8 minutes and 26 seconds.
So, between the time we stopped it last and now, did Mr. Dent clean the blood off his face?
The time you stopped it?
When we stopped it before and asked you who had the paper towel at the sink, and now, did Mr. Dent put that wet paper towel to his face and appear to be washing it?
Yes.
So they let him clean his face before they took the booking photo?
Yes.
Very well. Go ahead.
Can we identify what we're looking at, please?
No, this is a booking of the other, no, it's the second one on the exhibit.
On exhibit number 4?
Yeah, hold on, the cell, not cell radio. There's the finish of the cell video.
That was just the one that I'm objecting to.
Let's stop it for now. Judge, I'd like to address the legal issues that we discussed.
Outside the presence of the jury, stand up, jurors. Step down with me. Okay, very good. Outside the presence of the jury, okay.
Your Honor, I move for admission of the entirety of this particular facility. Defense has objected at sidebar to its admission in its entirety. The court made a provisional ruling that I could put in the portions where Mr. Dent was visible in the video on the theory that the police have consistently claimed that he was combative and was aggressive. This depicts none of that. In addition, the portion that I wish to show now to the jury shows Officer Melendez wiping the blood off of himself, laughing about the events in question.
Objection.
And Mr. Zelenowski...
Wait.
How does he know?
Wait a minute until he finished talking, Mr. Thomas.
There's no video. There's
Excuse
no
me,
audio.
let him finish talking. Go ahead.
And Officer Zelenowski pantomiming Mr. Dent as he struggled on the ground. I think that's despite the fact that there is no audio, I think it's a clear inference from the video that I think the jury's intended to see. I think it shows the bias against Mr. Dent, shows in particular Mr. Zelenowski's bias when he's making fun of this individual who's basically covered in blood, although he kindly let him clean up before the booking photo. I think their attitudes of the police towards Mr. Dent And the absence of fear, and indeed, this gallows humor, for lack of a better term, is relevant in this particular case, and I think the jury's entitled to see it.
You may respond.
This is from a prosecutor who does not want to introduce all of the surveillance that occurred prior to the stopping of the vehicle to substantiate the fact that Mr. Dent purchased drugs that day. Granted, on the other hand, we just watched a video of Mr. Dent without Mr. Melendez, who is the only person charged in this case, in a room being attended to by other officers. What you're going to see now is actions of other officers, and those actions of the other officers are now going to be ascribed by magical formula as to what it is that Mr. Melendez was thinking at the time. Gallows humor is an interesting thing. These men are out there on the street. They're fighting with somebody who could pose a threat to themselves and others. What happened in that room afterwards is speculation, and it is prejudicial. Not just because it's prejudicial, it shouldn't be let in evidence. It's misleading.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Right now, first of all, as to what Officer Zelensky did is really not relevant. However, I will do this. I'm not going to allow it in at this point. However, I do believe that it can come in if the issue is raised by the defendant that somehow Mr. Dent posed a threat. I then think it's proper to come in at that time, and I'm going to allow for that.
At the time that he was in custody.
Exactly.
Yes.
But not now. Okay, bring the jury back up.
All right.
See Doug Baker? He
Now,
came
he's
down
here
here
to
see
critique
you.
me.
That's right.
He's here to critique me, Judge.
If you don't think if you need some help, you can jump on.
And he bossed me around for 20
You know,
years,
he's
Judge.
used to being the up there.
Oh.
He taught me everything I know.
Uh-oh.
Good and bad.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's doing an excellent job.
Do you need a lawyer, Mr. Baker? No.
Please be seated.
Good seeing you, sir. No. Do you want the lights back on, sir?
I want to see how my audio-visual team does first.
Okay, let's do this. Excuse me, audio-visual team. Let's come back to the theory. We'll be on this with just a little long. Then after lunch, we'll have an opportunity to know if we're going to go right back into it or not. Okay, very good. Let's go. Oh, Lord, where's your number 4? In the bathroom.
Good call.
Okay, very good. The court has indicated for the record that we're going to go on to another area, and all the jurors are properly seated and stipulate.
So stipulate.
Mr. Thomas?
Same judge.
All right, go ahead.
Lieutenant, I almost called you Sergeant. You indicated that one of the documents that you retrieved from the Inkster Police Department was their use of force policy. Is that correct?
Yes.
My understanding by stipulation, counsel, is that agreeing to the admission of People's Exhibit Number 7, which is
Yes.
entitled Inkster Police Department Policy and Procedure, Force, Use of Lethal and Non-Lethal. The ending what's been marked as People's Exhibit Number 7.
Any objection or receiving in that?
No, Judge.
First,
And it's a packet of paper stapled together, is it not?
Yes.
How many pages in total is it?
5 pages.
And what is the title to that?
Inkster Police Department Policy and Procedure. The subject is force, use of lethal and non-lethal.
All right. And is there a section in that, strike that, is that the policy that was in effect at the point in time that Mr. Melendez was on the job?
Yes, it's dated September 2009.
And is there an indication in there whether or not chokeholds are allowed?
Yes.
Could you please turn to that section, give it section number, and read it into the record?
Okay. It's on page 3 of, I'm sorry. The actual wording is on page 4 of 5. It's under section G, which is prohibited use of force, and is identified as letter E, and it says chokeholds are strictly forbidden.
And what is a chokehold?
Objection foundation.
Overruled. Do you know what a chokehold is?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you tell us how you know?
From research, observation.
Well, tell us about it.
Yeah. You wanted me to tell you what a chokehold is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on what you know it to be.
What I know a chokehold to be is when someone uses their arm to wrap around your neck in an effort to restrict or constrict your ability to breathe.
Go ahead.
Did you see anything on that video that to you appeared to be a chokehold?
Judge, I wonder whether or not the video should just speak for itself. Her conclusion as to what she sees, I think is improper.
I'm overruled. Let me explain this as the judges with the facts. You can say, you know what, we're going to give whatever validity we want to this witness. None, zero. We saw something different. You are the judges of the facts. However, it goes to weight, and I'll allow you to give whatever weight you think is appropriate. You will be able to have an opportunity upon deliberation to view it. So I am going to allow it.
Yes.
Pretty much for the entirety, strike that. Describe what portion of that video had a chokehold in your opinion.
From the time Mr. Dent was removed from the car and went to the ground, there was an immediate chokehold placed on him.
Let's go with your approach, please.
Yes. Okay, you take a break. Okay. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you back at 1:30. We're gonna break for lunch. We got some stuff that we got to do audio visual, and you know, this is a new frontier for the prosecution, so he needs a little assistance in that area. So therefore, I'll see you back promptly at 1:30. All rise for jury. Knock on that door when you're ready to go to jury. What I say? 1:30. Okay.
You may be seated.
Okay, here's the, okay, the Melendez case is in recess. Is there anything else we got to do, John?
There's two other matters.
She wants man number 5. Could you do what you do? Whatever you want.